Um, Meet Alexa Naomi de los Reyes. As you can hopefully see in this photo, she's smiling, but behind that smile there's a lot of pain, a lot of fear, a lot of stuff that she's had to go through. Every day 46 kids are diagnosed with cancer, and Lexy became one of those 46 on May 5th of 2004. I'm here to tell you her story and tell you why it's important for you to donate to her to get to Mexico. She's 15 and she is raising money to get to Mexico for this treatment that could possibly cure her cancer. I want to tell you how I got connected with her. I want to tell you her story, and I want to tell you why it's important for you to donate to her to get to Mexico. She's a very brave, well, she's not really a little girl anymore, she's a young lady, but little girl that deserves this chance at a cure for her cancer. So first off, I want to tell you how I got connected with her. And about 5 years ago, I came across her page on Facebook. I don't exactly remember how I came across it, but I came across it about 5 years ago, and I started reading the About section on her page, and I was drawn to her because of everything that she had to go through, and also because of how brave she was and still is. But I was also drawn to her because she also happens to be blind, and I thought that I could help her out in some way. And I've gotten really close and really attached to her over the past 5 years or so. And so I tell you all that to hopefully help you to understand why her plea to get to Mexico is so important to me. And I want to tell you next about her story and kind of what she's had to go through. She was born on February 13th of 2003. At 2 months old, she was diagnosed with the first type of a genetic disease called neurofibromatosis type 1. 14 months old, she stopped walking and learning how to use her. She stopped walking and using her left hand. Her family took her to the doctor. MRI was done, found out that she had a brain tumor that had pushed her brain to the right side of her head. She's partially paralyzed on her left side. She did learn how to walk again, but she never got the use of this hand back. She's labeled it her happy hand so that it's not a negative thing. She's been through 11 different brain surgeries, several different protocols of chemo, 5 different medical trials, has a whole bunch of other medical issues, and 2016 she started dealing with short-term memory loss because of the surgeries and things that she said she's had to go through. She also is completely blind, like I said, because of a complication from one of her surgeries. And there's so much more to this story. The rundown I've just given you is kind of the basic. Anyway, she's been fighting for 14 years, and so I tell you all this to hopefully help you to understand why her plea and her need to get to Mexico is so important. So I want to tell you why it's important for you to donate to her so that she can get to Mexico. So you know her story a little bit, and you know how much she's had to go through, and she's never had a chance at a normal life. She's been, like I said, she's been fighting for 14 years, and she's never had the chance at a normal life. And so if you donate to her, you'll have the satisfaction of knowing that you've helped her to get closer to having that chance to live a normal life. She also you know, has never been in remission or anything like that. And so if you donate, if you do decide to donate, you will have that satisfaction of knowing that her chance of beating her cancer, of going into remission, or of even her tumor going away for good, she'll be closer to that chance with your help. And imagine for a minute that Lexy's your kid. She dreams of someday, you know, growing up, getting married, and going to high school proms, having friends. But it's hard because of her cancer and what she's had to go through. Wouldn't you want to make her dreams come true? Wouldn't you want to make it a possibility for her to do everything that she wants to do? Wouldn't you want to help her fulfill those dreams by raising that money, by, you know, even if it meant swallowing your pride and asking other people for help? Because this is not easy on her family. Her family has to raise all that money. Her family has to you know, ask for help when they, you know, they don't like to do that. So to finish this off, Lexy's a very brave, strong, amazing kid that has been fighting this thing in her head for 14 years, and she deserves the chance at a normal life, at being cured, or as she likes to say, kicking cancer's booty. And so I told you her story. I told you how I got connected with her, and I told you why it's important for you to donate. On that piece of paper that I gave you, or that you guys picked up, I hope all of you have one. There are links to 2 YouTube videos of her fight and everything that she's had to go through. The story that I told you was, or you know, her story that I told you was her story in a nutshell. There's so much more to it. So that paper has not only the links to those YouTube videos, but it also has the link to her fundraising page, and also her PayPal email if you feel more comfortable giving that way. And remember, a little bit goes a long way. It doesn't have to be much. Even $1 helps. And put yourself in her shoes. Wouldn't you want a cure if you were her? Questions?
What's the program? What is the program?
Oh, the program that she's raising money for is, there's a doctor in Mexico that they heard from what was it, last year? And he said that he'd be willing to try this treatment for her, and hopefully that this treatment, because what they would do is they would mix drugs that have helped her in the past, and so it wouldn't be, you know, just a new drug. They would mix the drugs that helped her in the past, and they would help, you know, and hopefully those would help her to, you know, make that, or hopefully those would help make that tumor go away. That's the goal behind it anyway.
Thank you. Good job, kids.